It's goodbye to the Olympic Stadium Marina. And we're going to go into the marina here to fill it with fuel before we go. Just waiting for Ian and Andrea to finish filling up, and then I'll go in after them. Been listening with interest to channel 12, which is the channel for the sea lock at the Kiel end. Channel 13 is the channel for the lock at the other end, at the Elbe end. And doesn't appear to have been very much traffic going through so far today. But once I've filled it with fuel, we'll make our way down to the waiting area just north of the entrance to the lock and wait for permission to enter, which is an occulting white light, and I'm sure we'll be told on the radio as well. And off we go. There's Gabrielle, who came and joined me in the marina here. Very happy to see them again, and happy to have some company for transiting the canal. Heading through the shallows, 5 meters of water, a few rocks dotted around, but nothing that should be a threat, fortunately. So the area just to the south of the lighthouse there is a no-go zone. It's marked on the charts quite clearly, and there's lots of buoyage and things around to let you know. And we're just approaching the waiting area now. You can see there's another yacht there waiting with a red flashing light above it to say that you can't proceed. That'll change to a white flashing light when you can proceed. The waiting area, also worth noting, is a no anchor zone, so you just have to sit and float around there and wait to be called into the lock. Well, I'm sure you can probably hear that, but channel 12 is completely destroyed, so we're not going to hear anything, any information from lock control, because someone is transmitting continually on channel 12, which is great. Those two locks there are the old locks used to be used for small boats. They are non-functional and have been for quite some time. Not sure they'll ever be functional again, who knows. But this is the waiting area here, so we'll... oh, white light! Hey, we can go in. God, that noise on the radio is annoying. So the cost of coming into the canal here is 18 euros for me, and paid online. I'll include a link down below, so check out the description. Ah, sleeping swans. Right, I'll stop videoing, so do my lines. Luckily we're being blown onto the pontoon here, so should be easy, although I need to move the lines quickly. So the gates are opening. By the way, these pontoons are a nightmare. If you look at Gabrielle there, you see a fender at midships has popped up. They're barely above the water level, and the fenders just pop over them. It's a bit of a mare. The boat in front have put their fenders so they're lying sideways in the water, which is probably a better move. Anyway, gate's opening. I need to get ready to go. Get back up! Don't video me!
Payback!
Oh, 5 minutes. 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 5 minutes
Mr. C?
Hello! Can I video you climbing back
Touche.
So this pontoon here, just on the right, which is just after the lock, is where the payment machines are if you haven't paid online. So it'd be a quick stop there to pay your fees. Some additional information for transiting the canal. There are what's called official daylight hours, and you can find that information online. I will include a link to where you can see that. So we just detoured off the main canal and towards Boodlesdorf. Little siding here will take us somewhere a little sheltered, hopefully. You were recording me and I had an even bigger jump. Well done. So we ended up tucked in to a little harbour here, anchoring prohibited pretty much everywhere we looked, but that's fine. It was only €14 for the night. Plan today is to go to the Kiel Lock on the Elbe and stay on the inside overnight. Should get there at about 5 PM. There's some pontoons there that you can use, so hopefully it's not too busy. We'll get ourselves onto the pontoons and go to a little cafe there for dinner, I think, and then from there the following day the plan is to leave in the afternoon on the ebb tide and head to Cuxhaven, which is about 16 miles or so, which will take no time at all because the tides are quite strong in the Elbe. A helicopter just flew under the bridge. Well, that was rather cool and unexpected, and I couldn't get the camera in time. But the helicopter just flew right under the bridge in front of us. come down the canal, you'll notice these lights in various configurations. Always a set of 3 vertical lights, of course. And the only configuration that us yachties need to worry about is 3 flashing reds, which basically means stay in the siding, do not progress any further. All the other configurations, like the 2 reds over a white here, are for larger vessels. Good morning from the Brunsbuckle Marina. Right, and I mean right by the lock gates. As you can see, managed to get some sleep despite the noise of the ships going past all night. Went out for dinner last night with Ian and Andrea. Ended up having currywurst, followed by a very large takeaway doner kebab. I was so hungry. There was no opportunity to cook anything coming down the canal because you're constantly having to correct your course and keep an eye out for oncoming ships or overtaking ships. And I was just took too much effort doing it on my own. So I survived on fruit, basically. Even making a cup of tea was challenging at times. Anyway, we're here now. Gonna be here until mid-afternoon. Need to wait for the tide to turn on the Elbe before we can go. Well, that was a drama-filled arrival. Being blown off and no cleats or posts to put line on makes it rather difficult. Fortunately, Andrea ran over from Gabrielle to give me a hand, so I managed to get alongside in the end. Shut behind us, and the lock is getting ready to open. Sailing again, yeah! There's Gabrielle in front, if you can make out anything through the sun. Making our way down the River Elbe, 12 knots of wind. Doing 7 knots, 6.5, 6.1, 6.3.